Confession time here. Yesterday, I looked at the chart in the morning, took down my note, and didn't look a single time during the day. What's up, this Art Trade Nation? Welcome back to Montreal and today's video. Today I want to talk about a question I got recently by email, and this is one of my academy students who emailed me not that long ago, and I replied today. So I thought I would cover that in a video here. I think it can be very useful for pretty much anyone trading. There's this concept in trading of people trying to exit whenever it's the right time or the perfect time to exit. I don't do that. This is probably the reason why I don't feel stressed when I'm in a trade. I don't feel like I want to push the button. I just leave it as is. And for me, it's a much better way to trade because I don't want to be tweaking things and exiting at this and that moment and changing stuff all the time. That is not going to be rewarding over time. Some people want to figure out the exact point at which they're going to be able to exit the market with the best profit. That is the number one and the simplest way to be stressed and to check the chart every 5 minutes. That's not the way I work. The question one of my students was asking is about placing take profit. And basically, whenever you put in a trade, especially if you trade support and resistance areas, you'll identify some place where there is intermediary support or intermediary resistance or even major ones. Now you could decide, well, because there's this zone right here, I'll exit early. And if there's one thing I came up to be sure with over time about the market, is that we never know what the market's going to do. We absolutely have no clue. So when you decide to exit early or place your take profit more close to your entry, only because you feel like price is going to reverse at this zone, you never know. And that's the fact for everything in the market. You never know what's going to happen. So what my student was proposing to do is to place the take profit closer to the entry because we have a zone that we're approaching. And that was on the trade on USD SJD that I talked about a few days ago. Let me pull up a screenshot. The possibility was to put a take profit at 2-to-1 instead of 3-to-1 because of an intermediary zone that we were about to reach. Now, I don't want to stress about how far I can place my take profit when I place a trade. I want to make sure that everything is constant, everything is the same all the time, so I don't have to think about it, I don't have to look. Because what happens when you have to look and decide when you place a trade, where to put your take profit, is that you're going to be influenced by your emotion. You're going to be influenced by how you think in the moment. And that is a wrong state to be in. You might make more mistake and you might take the wrong action. And if you feel like really confident that day, you're probably going to put a take profit that's more far instead of the one that should be closer, or vice versa. That's always going to be misleading a little bit. While if you have a fixed take profit at, let's say, 1-to-1 or at 2-to-1 or 3-to-1, but if you keep it all the time the same, you ensure that you don't influence too much your trading based on how you feel at this moment. I personally take some partial profit in my trades, but those are always the same. They will not change. I'm not going to take partial profit one day at 1-to-1 and the next day at 2-to-1. It's always going to be at 1-to-1 and the last at 3-to-1. And no matter what happens, I'll be happy with it. I won't scream, I won't be angry, I won't cry because it didn't hit my take profit or it went back to my stop loss. It doesn't matter. It's part of the game. So in my opinion, this is a much more stress-free way to do things, where you don't have to think, you just execute. And that is the biggest part in trading, to execute. That is where most people who fail, they fail at that part. Most people who win, they win at that part, and they master that part of execution. So I hope this makes sense, I hope this is valuable for you guys. I want to expand a little bit on that topic. And past few days have been really messy. Like, I didn't look at the chart sometimes, I didn't miss any trade, which is a good news. But I skipped looking at the chart and I had just other work to do with, especially the webinar we did a few days ago. So I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you get some value, but that took a long time to work on. So thanks guys for watching, I appreciate it. If you have any question, any thought, comment below. If you liked the video today, please give it a like and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video. Ciao.